Hello gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new, and if you are new, it would mean so much if you guys hit the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. But today I am doing a long overdue kind of like updates and Q&A on my new home, which I should have got around to this a while ago, but I may or may have not. Here we are today. My house is getting closer and closer to being done, and it is actually almost move-in date. And I asked you guys a little bit ago now, ask me any question you guys had when it came to any house question you had, and I actually wrote down a whole list, so thank you guys so much for all your questions. You guys know the drill. If you're not, it would mean the world to me if you guys followed me. It's just at NICOLETTAXO, and I may or may have not just gotten a paper cut. A paper cut, what is that? A paper cut, we love that. A lot of questions were repeated, so I'm going to answer those questions that you guys were really curious about. It's been crazy and so surreal to see the whole building process. That has pretty much been my whole 2020, is just going with my fiance and seeing all that they did every single week. That's really the only thing we could do this year, and we honestly, quite frankly, really enjoyed it. Jumping into it, the first question that I got asked a lot, when am I going to move in? The date that I am officially supposed to move in is the end of November. Right now it's supposed to be November 20th, and I will be filming the whole moving process so you guys can kind of come along with me on that journey. I'm super excited. We are a little over a month away, and it just feels so surreal to me. I can't believe that it is honestly finally almost done. It feels like it went by so fast, but not at the same time. So I'm so excited to bring you guys along during that whole moving process, which I know your girl's gonna be stressed. I got a question about how many rooms are there going to be. You guys will see the whole layout and see the whole house and all the different rooms, of course, but all I will tell you is there is 4. Is it scary having a house and overall a property? I love you so much, girl. You're such an inspiration. On, love you too, girl. It is a little bit scary to obviously take that step and that plunge. Real estate where I live, which is in Toronto, is not cheap, so it is a really big sacrifice and kind of like a big deal to have real estate. It can be really stressful just thinking about how much you're taking on. But honestly, I have been wanting this day to come forever, and I feel like I've been saving and working for this for so long, it seems. So to me, it's just super exciting. I know that of course having a property brings a lot more responsibility, and there may be stresses throughout the years, but in the end I think it is so worth it, and I'm just so thankful that I'm able to afford a property and one that I love, and eventually I can bring up my own family in it. Though it is a lot of responsibility, I'm ready for that responsibility. What made you go for it? And I actually got a couple questions asking like, what made me go for this? And I was looking for a good year at houses, and everything, just there always was something. A lot of the times when I went to a house, they would say it was one price, but really they wanted another price, aka a higher price, and it was just getting way out of control. A lot of the times they wanted you to kind of bid for it. That was just, once again, getting out of my price point, and it was just getting really ridiculous. Like I said, the prices where I live is sometimes just really ridiculous for what you're paying for. After a year of looking at houses and touring different houses, this property came up where a builder was building this property. The price was so good for what you were getting, and also it came with a really nice lot size, which is honestly hard to come by now for a decent price. I went ahead and looked into it, and I was thinking, you know, there may be a catch. Maybe it's in a bad area where there's like trains, and maybe it's really loud, or maybe this isn't the real price. I was just really skeptical because of the whole year of me looking into houses. But I went ahead, I talked to the salesperson, and I ended up buying it on the spot. I really didn't have a lot of time to think about it. It was such a good deal, and I knew that if I let it sit, I knew that it would be gone, and I kind of had to make a really quick decision. I guess I could go more into detail if you guys are curious about kind of like the builder and the sales rep and all that. I could could totally leave information down below if you are in the GTA area or want to live out in the suburbs. The builder built all around, but I went ahead and I put in my offer and I got accepted, and I'm so happy because there was about 10 other people after me that went in and inquired about my property, and there was even someone that wanted to offer even more money than what I was going to give. And thankfully, since I put in my offer and we had the sweetest sales rep that he took our offer regardless of someone saying they would give more cash if he took their offer, which I think is completely crappy thing to do, but real estate is honestly crazy. I love the lot and the backyard and the house structure in general. I knew it was the one for me. I got a lot of questions on how many years did it take for me to save enough money and kind of what are my money saving tips. And to be honest, it really does take sacrifice. Of course, where you live, it differs because real estate prices are so different in different countries, even in different parts of the country. Like I said, where I am, the real estate is really crazy in Ontario in general. It's a really high real estate even around the world to live here in Toronto. So I knew that it was gonna take a lot of sacrifice, and since I started working, which I started working when I was 16 years old, I always set aside money for potentially my house in the future. It's never too late to start saving. It really does add up right when you start. Some of my big saving tips is to always take a little bit of money, as much as you can, out of each of your paychecks and put it aside into account. Even if it automatically gets taken out of your paycheck is really great, so that you kind of don't see that money, you don't use it, and it's put in a separate account where you can't really take that money out. Another really great saving tip is just to be mindful of what you're spending your money on. A lot of the times we buy things or impulse buys where we buy it and we're like into it for like a good day or a week or two, but then we get over it and think like, why did we buy this item? So it's really to think before purchases. And if you are going to buy something, I'm all about finding the best deal possible, and I do this in so many different ways. I like to shop on thrift stores. I use Poshmark a lot. You guys know I also sell on that, but I also love to use that to find better deals on items if I want to buy something, which I will link my Poshmark code down below. It's just NICOLETTAXO. You can get a free $15 credit if you're Canadian or $10 credit if you're American. And I've talked about this so many times now, but if you are gonna buy stuff like hygiene products, groceries, or if you're gonna travel, use cashback websites. There's no scam to them. I use Rakuten, as you guys know. I will link my referral link down below for you guys. And right now, I think till the end of the year, they're doing this deal where if you make your first purchase online and buy whatever you need to buy, whether it's shampoo or groceries or clothes or whatever, you'll get $30, and on top of it, the cash back for whatever you buy. So I totally recommend signing up now. It's free to sign up, and you just get cash back on any of your purchases. So if you're gonna go buy makeup on Ulta, for example, or Sephora, go on your Rakuten account, search up Sephora, click Sephora, and then buy your items you're gonna buy, and you'll get cash back, and that stuff starts adding up. I find it's always great to save wherever you can, and trust me, it makes a difference in the end. And Rakuten, every 3 months, I believe, they send you like a check, or they'll send it to your PayPal and you'll get money. And it really adds up if you really start to kind of be wary of what you're buying and also try to make money back constantly on all your orders. So I like to online shop a lot now, so that's really saved me a lot. And also it's nice to get that extra money back, and it really comes into handy for that extra cash back. You can go ahead, put it away in your savings. So I will link my Rakuten referral link down below, like I said, as well as my Poshmark referral link. But just doing small little things like that, trying to find your deals, trying to be really mindful. Sometimes wait a day. Sometimes I find I really want something in the moment, and then I'll go home and be like, fine, I'll think about it. And the next day, I don't even care. Of course, you're gonna have those moments where you still think about an item, and you know, it's okay to treat yourself, but if it's those times that you see an item you love in the moment and the next day you're not into it, then you know that you did a good decision and you didn't just buy an impulse buy. Trying to also make your bills as low as possible. So whether that is for your rent or your car payments or car insurance, shopping around and finding the best deals is really gonna make a difference, because it's going to be able to allow you to save more every single month. I could do a whole video talking about saving tips and all of that. If you guys wanna see see a video on that, let me know. That's something that I'm really into, is finances. I love that stuff. I'm such a nerd when it comes to that, but those are definitely the tips that I really used in order to be able to save and buy my dream house. My next question I got is, what's your inspirational vibe for what you would like your home to look like? I definitely have to fix a little bit in the house, and it's gonna be a little bit of a process because of course everything is expensive, so I need to settle down, but I have such a vision. I really love modern, clean, bright homes. That's just totally my vibe. I'm so into the modern look. I have so many things that I would love to do for honestly so many of the rooms, the kitchen, the family room, my office, my bedroom. There are so many things that I want to eventually fix, and I'm going to bring you guys along and share with you the process. Of course, it's going to be a process, but eventually I'm so excited to kind of have my vision come alive. I've been saving all my inspo over on Instagram. Honestly, it's kind of like the new Pinterest for me. I've been looking a lot of home decor on Instagram. All I get suggested now is home decor and interior design feeds, so that's been really helpful. I've been saving and screenshotting a lot of things, and I've been just kind of looking around and kind of seeing what I want my home to look like, but I'm definitely going to take my time when it comes to picking out my pieces because I want to buy pieces that I absolutely love so I don't have to feel like I have to replace them. I'm moving into my first home, so I really don't have a lot to move in. My house is going to be a little bit empty for a little bit. On top of it, it's a little bit more difficult because of the current situation in the world with the pandemic. It is probably gonna take a little bit longer than I thought. A lot of furniture is backed up, so hopefully it's not too bad. I definitely would have been shopping a lot more if it wasn't for 2020, but I had to put that on a back burner. I've been looking at a lot of online furniture stores as well. You guys will see my whole vision because I'm gonna bring you guys along and kind of share with you what I do room to room. If you guys are of course interested in that, but I am so excited for that time. Was it better for you to buy a home or build it, and why? I found where I was, it was better for me to build the home. I really didn't think that would be an option for me. I always dreamed to have a home built for me, but I just came to the acceptance that I wasn't going to, and this kind of just came out of nowhere, and I just feel like it was meant to be. But I definitely loved building the home because it's a lot more to my style, and as well, the pricing from what resale was to what I bought my house for was actually a lot more affordable, which you think that it wouldn't be because you're building it, but it was a lot better. You were getting a lot more for the price and opposed to resale. And like I said, when I was going around at houses, a lot of the times they were playing games with the pricing, and it was just so stressful and such a mess. And a lot of the times the price that they wanted was just way out of my ballpark, and it was just not worth the money for what you were getting. Definitely building the house at the time of when looking around was the better option to go for. I got so many questions asking, am I gonna do a house tour when it's complete? I'm definitely gonna be doing a house tour when it is completely done. I'm going to bring you guys along with the moving process, so make sure you guys are subscribed so you know when that happens, which is super soon. We have like about a month to go. When building the house, there were some things that I upgraded, but there were some things I didn't, just because the price point was a little too much for me, so I kind of kept things basic. So there's a lot of things that I eventually down the line do want to renovate in my house, and I'm so excited to just film that process and bring you guys along. And of course, I will keep doing updated home tours once everything's completed, but I'll bring you guys definitely an empty home tour right when I move in. One of the questions I did get asked is what color paint I'm gonna paint the walls. The walls right now are definitely not the color that I want. It's kind of like an off-white, kind of has a yellow tint to it all over the house, and that's just kind of not my vibe. So I'm going in with just a white and painting the entire house white. I might do some rooms gray. I'm really into that kind of vibe, but for the most part, I want it to be bright, so white is going to be a big color in the house. So that is the first thing I'm going to have to do with my fiance. We need to get rid of that color. So that's probably what we'll do first. A lot easier to paint it before you go ahead and bring furniture and live in it. That is my entire kind of like updates on what's going on with my house and when I'm moving in. I do have a section of my home on my Instagram page, so if you guys want to follow me on that, like I said, you totally can. Like I said, I will link all the links I did talk about, Rakuten and also my Poshmark closet and the referral link for you guys down below, so definitely check it out. Let me know what your goals are. Click the subscribe button to join my YouTube family. I would love for you guys to be a part of it, and turn on the bell to be notified every single time I upload. But on that note, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!